Hi everyone, welcome back. We've definitely missed you. We hope that you were able to enjoy your spring break as best as you could. Before we get into everything, we want to take a moment as a 6th grade team to really honor your hard work. Not only were your complaint letters very convincing, but you did a beautiful job making sure that you had all the components in each of your paragraphs. And for those of you who tried the counterclaim, way to go. You really nailed it. So take a moment to pat yourself on the back. No, really, do it, because you've earned it. You really worked hard. Now that we're back into the swing of things, we're going to get into our next reading unit, which is all about, social issues. So we need you to put back on your reading hat, because it's going to be a heavy-based reading unit with a great selection of books that you'll be able to choose from. In this unit, it's going to seem similar to a deep study of character. And you may ask yourself, well, why do I have to go back to that? These units build off of each other. So this unit will really go over studying characters and the relationships and the issues that are coming about, whether it's between individuals or in groups. For this first bend of the unit, there are 3 bends in total. This first one, you'll really analyze the complex dynamics between 2 or more characters. And when you're doing so, you're going to basically see how these actions can affect others. This is something that we've looked at before, but the complexity of it now will bring in the societal part of it, where social issues will come about. It's really important that you are making sure each day to read the materials closely that will be posted. This entire unit will be set up just like the last one, where you will have a screencast that you will watch that will be your lesson for the day, as well as all the resources on the Google slideshow for you to click on or for you to have right in front of you. So it's really important, like I said, to not only read the materials closely, but please watch the screencast videos. I highly suggest pausing them at certain parts so you can make sure that you're getting the information that's needed without feeling too overwhelmed. So, for today is just all about getting started. We didn't want to jump in too deep, so we want to set yourself up for success. We need to do a few things to be successful in this unit, and one of them is making sure that we know all the different terms we'll be using throughout the unit. So, mentor text. We've heard this before. This is the text the teacher is going to use in the screencast to model the lesson, and something that you may be using to follow along as she is saying whatever it is. So, for example, in the screencast, if Miss Silva is modeling with a certain excerpt, she would have that available for you on your resources page of that lesson. Okay, so that's the mentor text. When it comes to the class novel choice, that's the text that you will be reading, and I'll get a little bit more into where you're going to find this. The main text that is accessible to all 6th graders, meaning academic-wise, is The Breadwinner, the scholar edition of that. This is the text written by Deborah Ellis, which I'll show you in just a bit. Then you get into what we call the academic part. It's still accessible to all 6th graders, but just in a different format. That is the graphic novel. And then the Challenger is actually the trilogy part of The Breadwinner, so it has 3 different books that come with it. If you like to challenge yourself, this is a great one. So you'll still get the scholar book, The Breadwinner, to start with, but then it'll continue the story with 2 others. So again, you will be selecting this to read, and I'll go over how to do that in just a second. Student Digital Journal. This is where you will complete your daily assignments, and it'll be signed on Google Classroom. It'll be through a slideshow, and you'll basically be able to type into each of the slides that have been set up for you. So some days there might be a T-chart, other days there might be a table you have to fill in. So please make sure that you also have this open for the day so that you can get your assignments completed. And the last one is one that we haven't had, but this one I think you'll really enjoy. Every Friday is going to be a Ketchup Friday. Whether you like to dip your fries in ketchup or not, it's still going to be called Ketchup Friday. So every Friday will be designated for you just to catch up on your assignments from the week, and no extra work will be assigned on that day. So again, this is just a day that is designated for you to be able to complete assignments that you weren't able to get throughout that day. Or maybe you have some reading that you need to catch up on from The Breadwinner that you need to do. So you go back to that. Or maybe you've completed everything and you just want to get in some independent reading. That's a great way to spend your day. So, as I said, we're going to get ourselves acquainted with all the different resources that you're going to need for this unit. The first one is the actual book itself. So we're going to be using the website Epic in order to read our book online. So if you click on the link that's located on there, what will happen is it'll bring you to this page. On this page, you're going to enter the class code that your ELA teacher has posted on Google Classroom. So for example, I'm going to be a part of Miss Lang's class. So I'm going to enter the class code and press go, as you can see I did. Then it's going to bring me to a list of all different students that are throughout all of her classes. I'm going to scroll down until I see my name. You can see that you have little fun characters that represent you. And here I am. I look like a pickle with a crown, which is just great. I click on that. Now it's going to take me to the home page. This is a great site that you can use to find independent books, whether you want them to be read to you, whether you just want videos, whatever it may be. Please feel free to search around and explore this site throughout today. However, for the first part, I want you to be able to see how to access the Breadwinner selections. So you're going to go to the mailbox. And in the mailbox, you can see that you've been assigned with the 3 different types of Breadwinner. So again, this is the Scholar one. This is the one that's accessible to all 6th graders that they can be reading. This is the graphic novel version. Again, accessible to all 6th graders, but just a different structure of it. You can click into it to be able to see. So as you can see, it'll still go through the same story, but it'll be in the structure of a graphic novel, like I said. And then the last one is the trilogy. So this will be the 3 different books that go, or the Breadwinner with the 2 other books that continue on with the story. I want to show you how this works. So as you can see, when you click into it, it'll actually take you to this main page. I've been playing around with it, so mine was on the forward because I was starting to go back and read it again. To get to the next page, you'll just click where the arrow is. Unfortunately, you cannot highlight on this website. However, it does save the page you're on, so there's no bookmark that is needed. Another cool feature about this, if you are confused about a word, say for example, I don't know what the word Kabul means. I click on it, and not only will it pop up with the pronunciation of it, it'll tell me the exact definition of it. The only thing it does not work for are people's names, so hopefully you can see that those are the name of different characters. So again, you'll click through it, reading each of the different pages. For today, your goal is to read the foreword and chapter 1 to be set up for success for day 2, where you will need to go back into these pages for the lesson. So again, today is all about reading the foreword as well as chapter 1. Now, there are a few different options because I know a lot of people have different types of devices that they like to read on. Okay? So, the Breadwinner is also available in audiobook through Audible. Audible is a different site. However, if you want to listen to it, it's a great way to be able to listen to this book. I've included a link right here. However, you need to sign up and have a free 30-day trial. So we would asking to get parent or guardian permission, because after this 30-day trial is over, it will charge their credit card right away. You will definitely be able to finish this book in 30 days. Think about that. That's more than even just a month of school, since we only go to school 5 days a week. So this is a great option to be able to listen to the book, and it's a great read aloud. okay? And as you can see, the breadwinner, the one that's the scholar option is on here, and the other options for the trilogy are also on here. So if you're doing the Challenger, you can also listen to those. I also know that some of you have different e-readers or tablets. Unfortunately, this app is not available on e-readers such as Kindles. However, you may be able to look up the book on Kindle and download the book right to your Kindle. But the Epic app is one that you can download in your app store, whether on an Android or an iPhone or on some type of tablet like an iPad, and you'll be able to access the book right from there. It has the same features as what I showed you on the site, where you'll be able to click through. You can click on different words if you need some clarification. And it'll bookmark your page right from where you left off. So again, let me just go back through this before I end off. Today is all about signing up for our website, for the website Epic, where you'll find your book, using the code that's posted on your ELA Teachers Google Classroom. Please take time to explore the site. Maybe you want to add some books on there so that you can read them later. It's very quick and simple to do. So if you're exploring different books and you're really into, let's say, sports, and let's say that, just for example, you've heard of the book Swish before, you think it's a great one that you want to read, you can go ahead and favorite it, and then it's added to your library, which you'll find at the top. So again, it's just a collection of digital books that are here for you. Now you'll see that this one says read to me, so this one does actually have an audio book option, but unfortunately, like I said, the breadwinner on Epic does not, so that's why we're giving you all the other resources such as Audible, or if you have an e-reader, you can download it from there. The last part is I just want to remind you of our office hours. Remember, teachers are available whether through email, through Google Classroom, through a Google Meet during these times. So please make sure that you're reaching out. If you have any trouble on day one, whether that's getting your Epic site set up or just exploring the site or any questions about what I went over, please don't hesitate to reach out. You could find my email right on this slide, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. If you'd like to have a Google Meet, I can definitely set that up as well. Remember, we're all in this together, so don't hesitate to reach out if you need any assistance. Happy reading!